Oh yes, spring is upon us, definitely. And the beauty of... sorry, and allergies too. Let's go indoors. Alright, here we are. It's beautiful outside and a little bit hot, but I feel more comfortable indoors. Well, hello friends, my name is Ari and today I'm going to talk about Eostre, the goddess of fertility. This is a sort of continuation of the previous video, Easter being a pagan or a Christian celebration, and of course you can check out that video. Alright, now let's get started. In the mythological traditions of the Germanic and the Anglo-Saxon peoples, Eostre represents the forces, the powers of the rebirth and fertility of Earth. Her celebrations gave birth to the origins of the Christian celebration of Easter. And it is interesting to notice that Easter, or the date for Easter, always changes every year. And this is because it is calculated in a pagan way. The date for Easter starts at the first Sunday after the first full moon after the spring equinox. Thus, it has into account a solar principle, equinox, and the beginning of a new moon, the full moon, and of course a ground earth principle, spring. So this triad is a direct equivalence of a principle generator, in which there are two polarities that are needed to create life. For example, we have the sun as a fire element and a symbol of the male figure, the male gender, and we have the moon, a female polarity, or vice versa in certain mythologies. What is important here is that two polarities are needed to create a third element, a child, the earth. Now, in the previous video, I have already mentioned about the rabbit and the eggs, which are symbols very much connected with Easter for some reason. Okay, now let me explain. The tradition of the Easter bunny has ancient origins, because, well, this animal that perfectly embodies the principle of fecundity and reproducing in large numbers and speed, our ancestors, our pagan ancestors, consecrated this symbol way before the advent of Christianity. It might seem strange at first sight, of course. What is the connection between the rabbits and the eggs? Because a rabbit is a mammal and cannot generate eggs. However, the presence of these two symbols will function to enhance the principle of generation, the principle of creating life. The egg represents the primordial egg, a feminine polarity, nurturing and generative, because in many traditions, in many mythologies, life began with an egg. There was this primordial egg. And of course, the rabbit is the masculine polarity, the fertilizer. And now you know the connection between the rabbit and the eggs, dating back to a very ancient tradition, even to the Neolithic times, where we can see the first engravings on stones on many years about the primordial eggs. The name Eostre has a Proto-Germanic root, which means to shine, which links this deity to dawn. There is also a Proto-Indo-European connection, the word hausos, which connects to the Indian goddess Husas and the Greek goddess Heos, and of course the Latin goddess Aurora, whole goddesses of dawn. So Eostre represents the fruitful and the regenerative character, which results from the union of two polarities, the sun and the earth, meaning that in the coming of spring, the sun, there is a rebirth of the sun, and longer days and a warmer weather, and this results in the creation of new life, the rebirth of nature itself. Alright friends, this was a short video, a sort of introduction to the goddess Eostre and a continuation of the previous video, so you can better understand what's this season all about? The vernal equinox or spring and the celebration of Easter. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. All the links to my social media are down below at the description. Thank you for watching and tack för idag!